OMG, today's wedding was epic! Seriously, the best wedding ever! Just saw the pictures my friend took during the pool toss. Iconic! You should make that your profile pic once you dry off. Excuse me? What part of that was the best wedding ever? I wanted to take those final photos together with everyone happily, but instead, you all suddenly lifted us up. And then threw us into the pool. What on earth were you thinking was such a horrible stunt? Do you have any idea how much time and money went into planning this day? My dress is completely ruined. Why are you making such a big deal out of it? We were just trying to make things more fun. You're being such a buzzkill. The pool toss was awesome, wasn't it? It was totally the right call to mention it to Kevin's rugby buddies before the photo. Those guys know how to lift. That was the highest toss I've ever seen. Kevin loved it. He was laughing the whole time. We've been planning this for weeks. It wasn't awesome for the person being tossed. I was terrified. I'm sure the pictures turned out great. My parents spent thousands on photography for this day. I specifically told the wedding planner I didn't want any surprises. Did Kevin know about this beforehand? Are you kidding me right now? On your own wedding day, you're acting like this? Say you're sorry, now. I flew all the way from Europe for this wedding, and this is how you thank me? Kevin promised me you were fun. Clearly, he was wrong. What? You ruined my wedding day and you want me to apologize? I'm soaking wet, my makeup is ruined, and my $5,000 dress is destroyed, and you have the audacity to demand an apology from me? What don't you understand? I was just trying to make my brother's wedding more exciting. You heard everyone having a great time, didn't you? Everyone was so into it, so why are you being so dramatic about this? Do you know how many weddings I've been to that ended with pool tosses? It's a tradition in many places. You should be honored. My brother thought it was hilarious. Why can't you? What part of that was everyone having a great time? The guests were horrified. They were screaming in shock, not excitement. My grandmother almost had a heart attack. My bridesmaids are furious. The venue manager looked like she was about to call the police. Did you even think this through at all? They were not shocked. That's ridiculous. It happens at weddings in Europe all the time. You're just too uptight to appreciate good fun. Even the photographer was laughing. I saw him. You're making this a bigger deal than it needs to be. What? I don't care what happens at European weddings. I care about my wedding that you ruined. The photographer wasn't laughing. He was panicking about his equipment getting wet. No one does this at formal weddings. Absolutely no one. Well, I'm studying abroad in France right now, so I guess my vibe is just more European these days. Maybe you should travel more and loosen up a bit. Kevin always said you had a good sense of humor. Where is it? My French friends would have loved this. Americans are so boring. That's not an excuse for anything. I didn't ask for your European vibe at my wedding. And don't tell me to loosen up after you assaulted me. Kevin said I had a good sense of humor. Well, he's about to find out what else I have. Look, what's done is done, so stop being so uptight about it. It'll make a great story in a few years. Anyway, since I'm only back in the States for a short time, I'm headed out to drink with my friends. Enjoy the after party with Kevin and everyone, Emily. And seriously, lighten up. It's your wedding day.
Today's wedding was amazing! That lift and pool toss, they did me after you, and it made for such an awesome memory. I've never laughed so hard in my life. Everyone's saying it was the highlight of the day. My buddies want to do it at their weddings too now.
How is that an awesome memory? It was literally the worst wedding day I could have imagined. Do you have any idea how humiliating that was? Everyone watching me get thrown in the water against my will? My hair and makeup artist spent hours getting me ready.
Bah, my friends and my sister Allie planned that specially for us. Are you really gonna complain about something they did to celebrate us? They put a lot of effort into planning that surprise. Allie flew all the way from Europe with this idea. It's just water. You'll dry off.
Where exactly is the celebration in that? I forced myself to smile in the moment, but I was actually holding back tears. I was trying so hard not to cry. Did you know they were planning this? Because if you did and didn't warn me, that's even worse. I trusted you to make this day special for both of us.
Come on, it was a lift and toss into the pool. What part of that would make anyone cry? You're being way too sensitive about this. And yeah, I knew. Allie told me last week. I thought you'd laugh about it after the initial shock. It's just a bit of fun. Lighten up.
I worked so hard on my hair and makeup for today. I searched everywhere for the perfect dress. I customized it, and it was my dream wedding gown. And now, everything is ruined because of you all. You knew and didn't tell me? How could you do that to me? I told you 100 times I didn't want any surprises at the wedding. This was supposed to be our day, not your sister's prank show.
The wedding dress is only worn for one day anyway. Who cares if it got soaked or ruined? You can still keep it as a memento, and it's not like you were gonna wear it again, right? I don't get why you're so upset about clothes. The memories are what matter, not the dress.
Seriously? That dress cost thousands of dollars. I spent months finding the perfect one. It has sentimental value. My mother's veil was incorporated into it. How can you be so dismissive about something that meant so much to me?
And it was at the end, during final photos. Who cares if your makeup was washed off? You were gonna redo it for the after party anyway. Everyone just wants to have a good time and celebrate. Why are you making this all about you? It's my wedding day too, and I enjoyed it.
That's not the point. Didn't you notice my parents, family, and friends were all horrified? The only people enjoying it were your sister Allie and your friends. Everyone else was either panicking or frozen in shock. My father was furious. He was about to punch your friends. My mother is still crying in the bathroom. How can you not see how inappropriate this was?
No way! How could they not be excited by such an awesome surprise? When I got tossed into the pool, everyone was cheering and clapping. You're exaggerating about your parents. They were laughing too. My mom got it all on video. Want to see how fun it looked?
They were just being polite and going along with it. Only you guys found that juvenile behavior funny. My parents were not laughing. They're considering leaving early. The venue staff were appalled. They specifically told us the pool wasn't for swimming. Your mother wasn't laughing either. She was mortified. I don't want to see any videos. I want you to understand how hurtful this was.
What's with that attitude? My friends and sister were trying to make our day special. Calling it juvenile behavior is pretty harsh. You're turning this into a way bigger deal than it is. It was just meant to be a fun memory to end the ceremony. I can't believe you're being this dramatic about it.
I never asked for that kind of special. I specifically said no surprises multiple times during planning. You ignored my wishes on the most important day of my life. That's not dramatic. That's a complete betrayal of trust. How would you feel if I ruined something important to you?
Calm down, don't get so hysterical. It's just a difference in what we find fun. Allie and my friends were just trying to celebrate us. Just think of it as a harmless prank and let it go. We still have the after party to enjoy. Don't let this small thing ruin our whole wedding day.
Let it go? You think this can just be brushed aside? My dress is destroyed. The venue is damaged, and you're telling me to just let it go? This isn't a difference in fun. This is you and your friends disrespecting me, and calling me hysterical is just making it worse.
In a few years, you'll look back and laugh about it, so just forgive a little prank, will ya? I promise we'll make it up to you at the after party. Everyone's waiting for us. Can we just move on? I'll buy you a new dress if that's what this is really about.
Here's what's going to happen.
Huh?
I want a divorce. I'm not staying with a man who lets my wedding be ruined and then defends himself. I don't want to see your face again. This isn't about the dress. This is about respect. And you've shown me exactly how much you respect me today. None.
Wait, are you serious right now? We literally just finished the wedding ceremony. We still have the after party. Everyone is already waiting for us at the venue. You can't just say divorce over something like this. This is completely insane.
I don't care. Divorce is the only option now. I've seen who you really are today, and I want nothing to do with you. Someone who respects their sister's fun more than their wife's dignity. I should have seen the red flags before today.
What? What red flags? This came out of nowhere. You're throwing away our whole relationship over this? Think about what you're saying. We can work this out. Just come to the after party.
I'll let everyone know the after party is canceled. We can discuss the divorce details later. Thanks for everything today. And by everything, I mean showing me your true colors before we wasted years together. Don't call me. Have your lawyer contact mine. Hey, Emily, I heard you're threatening divorce over a silly prank. You're being ridiculous! Stop dragging my brother through this dramatic nonsense! He's devastated right now. Is that what you wanted? He's sitting here crying. Do you even care how much you're hurting him? It's not a threat. It's a decision I've already made. I'm not the kind of person who can forgive such a horrible joke. And yes, I do care that he's upset. I'm upset too, but I'm not going to stay with someone who humiliates me and then defends it. This isn't about hurting Kevin. It's about respecting myself. If he's crying, maybe he should think about why his actions led to this. Oh, come on, you're way overreacting. We did it to make your day better. If you get divorced over this, what happens to us? Me and all of Kevin's friends will look bad too. Is that what you want? All because you got a little wet? Seriously? People will think you're insane when they hear this story. You should feel bad. Take this time to reflect on what you did. You all did something terrible and need to face the consequences. I don't care how this makes you look to others. I care about what you did to me, and it wasn't getting a little wet. It was ruining a day I've dreamed about my whole life. People will think I'm insane? No, they'll wonder why I married into such a thoughtless family. Whatever, you're the one who had your once-in-a-lifetime wedding day ruined. I'm never going to forgive you. I've just been sitting here listening to you talk trash. This is not how you treat someone who is trying to make your day more fun. I should be getting thanked, not yelled at. Kevin deserves someone who appreciates his sense of humor, someone who isn't so stuck up and rigid about everything. Oh, I should be thanking people for throwing the bride into a pool? For ruining my dress, hair, and makeup? For causing a scene in front of all our guests? That's your definition of making my day more fun? And you have the nerve to call me stuck up and rigid? You're delusional. Divorce over this is absolutely insane! You're going to regret it later. Being divorced over something so stupid, you'll wish you'd just let it go. You're definitely going to regret this. Kevin is the best thing that ever happened to you. Good luck finding someone else who'll put up with your attitude. This is why people think our generation can't commit to relationships. No, I absolutely will not regret it. What I would regret is staying with someone who doesn't respect me. Someone who thinks humiliating me is funny. Someone who puts his sister's idea of fun ahead of his wife's dignity. That would be the real regret. And I don't need your opinion on my future relationships. Yes, you will regret it. If you divorce, all the money spent on today's wedding is wasted. Plus, you'll be divorced and have made enemies of me and all of Kevin's friends. Good luck finding someone else in this town after that. Enjoy your sad, embarrassing life as a divorcee. You'll be known as the crazy bride who couldn't take a joke. Is that really the reputation you want? Everyone's already talking about how you stormed out. That's fine by me. It would be more embarrassing to stay related to people like you. I'd rather be known as someone who stands up for herself than someone who tolerates abuse. And yes, what you did was abusive, physical and emotional. The money is already spent. Staying in a bad marriage won't bring it back. I don't care what Kevin's friends think of me. They've shown their true colors. This is so annoying. Fine, whatever. Go ahead and get divorced. We'll be better off without someone as uptight as you anyway. Seriously, throwing away a marriage over this is so stupid. Wasting money on a wedding and you'll regret it later, but that's on you. Kevin will find someone who appreciates him. Someone fun. Someone who doesn't make a federal case out of a harmless prank. Actually, I'll be recovering the wedding costs as damages. I've already consulted with the police and a lawyer about this. So don't worry about the wasted money. You'll be helping cover it. And don't talk to me about federal cases just yet. You haven't seen anything. Kevin is welcome to find someone who enjoys being humiliated. That's not me. I have more self-respect than that. Wait, the police and lawyers? You're consulting lawyers about a divorce? That's overkill. You've barely been married 6 hours and you're already lawyering up? This is getting completely out of hand. You're just trying to scare us now. Not about the divorce, about the assault. Pushing an unsuspecting person into a pool is legally considered assault, which is why I consulted the police and lawyer. And the venue is involved too. They're considering their own legal action. This isn't about scaring you, it's about accountability. Actions have consequences, Allie. You're about to learn that lesson. What? How is that assault? We were just having fun. This kind of thing happens all the time. Friends push each other into pools during parties, right? You can't possibly be serious about pressing charges. This is completely ridiculous. No court would ever side with you on this. You're wasting everyone's time and money. I'm not friends with you, Allie. I'm not friends with Kevin's friends either. I was thrown into a pool by strangers. Do you have any idea how terrifying that was? My parents and friends all told me to go to the police immediately, and the courts take assault very seriously, especially when there's evidence, which we have plenty of, thanks to the photographers. You're lying. No one would suggest going to the police over something like this. You're just saying that to scare us. There's no way this qualifies as assault. You weren't injured. Nothing bad happened to you. It was just water. This is insane. Even the venue staff suggested filing a police report. You might think it happens all the time, but the venue staff said they've never seen a bride thrown into a pool before. They were more shocked than I was. And assault doesn't require injury. It just requires unwanted physical contact. Being lifted and thrown into water against my will definitely qualifies. The police seem to agree. They took my statement very seriously. Whatever. In European weddings, this happens all the time. You're just too uptight to understand cultural differences. This is nothing but a cash grab. You're trying to extort us. No judge will take this case seriously. This is America. And the venue explained that pool is just for decoration. It's not designed for people to be thrown into. That's why the venue is also filing for damages. And it's not a cash grab. It's accountability for property damage and personal assault. I don't care what happens at your European friends' weddings. We're not in Europe. The American legal system takes this kind of thing very seriously. Huh? Damages, not compensation. Cleaning costs. Or maybe settlement is the right term. Wait a second. What? Are you saying the venue is demanding money from us too? This has to be a joke. You're making this up to scare us. There's no way the venue is involved in this. Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. The venue is filing claims alongside me. Their elegant reception room is now water damaged because of your prank. And no, I'm not making this up. The venue manager was the one who suggested legal action. They're as upset as I am about what happened. Maybe even more, since this affects their business and reputation. What? The unplanned pool toss left the venue soaked. Water damaged their equipment, sofas, and floors. They'll have significant cleaning costs, so they're demanding compensation. Their antique carpet was completely ruined. That alone cost thousands. Not to mention the damage to their sound system when water splashed everywhere. Did you even think about any of this before pushing us into the pool? Or were you too focused on your European vibe to consider consequences? No way, that can't be true. Hold on, I never heard anything about this. We were just trying to make things more fun. This is getting way out of hand. You're blowing everything out of proportion. There's no way we caused that much damage with a little pool water. The venue staff were incredibly supportive. They told me they'd fight this battle with me. They even rushed to develop the final group photo as evidence. And yes, you did cause that much damage. Water and expensive electronics don't mix well. Neither do water and antique furniture. This is what happens when you don't think before you act. Everything has consequences, Allie. Everything. And they accompanied me to the police station. They testified that neither the bride nor the venue was informed about this stunt. I was able to consult with the police and lawyers so quickly thanks to the venue's help. I'm really grateful to them. They have security footage too, showing exactly who did what, and dozens of witness statements from horrified guests. This is unbelievable! This cannot be happening! Why should we have to pay money for something like this? It was just a joke that nobody seems to understand. How are we supposed to know the pool would cause damage? You're taking this way too far. Way too far. This is cruel and vindictive. Any objections can be directed through your lawyer. Goodbye for now. And Allie, sometimes jokes have serious consequences. Maybe think about that next time you plan a surprise for someone. I'll be expecting to hear from your legal representation soon.
Why are me, my friends, and my sister being called to the police station? Drop the charges now! Stop this ridiculous nonsense immediately! This has gone way too far, Emily. My friends are freaking out. They have jobs that could be affected by this. When did you even have time to file a police report? We just got married today!
I absolutely will not drop them. Everyone who ruined my wedding will be held responsible. I filed the report immediately after leaving the venue. Your friends should have thought about their jobs before assaulting me. Actions have consequences, Kevin. It's time you all learned that. I gave you a chance to apologize sincerely, and you chose to defend the prank instead.
This is such BS! Nobody ruined anything! They were trying to make our wedding more exciting! It was just a prank that went a little too far, and now you're making a federal case out of it! Everyone's blaming me because of you! My parents are furious, my friends are panicking! Is this what you wanted?
That kind of prank is way beyond just a little too far. Everyone needs to pay the settlement money. If not, I will never withdraw my complaint. And yes, people are blaming you because you knew about it and let it happen. You could have stopped this at any point, but you chose not to. That's why you're facing more serious consequences than your friends.
This can't be happening! You're asking me for $30,000? You really expect me to pay that kind of money? Where am I supposed to get that kind of cash? We just spent everything we had on the wedding! Are you trying to bankrupt me on our wedding day?
Don't worry, you're not alone. I'm asking the same amount from Allie as the organizer. Everyone else is getting charged about $5,000 each. This isn't about bankrupting you. It's about accountability and compensation for actual damages that were caused. My dress alone cost thousands, not to mention the venue's damages.
This is extortion! So you're trying to squeeze over $50,000 out of us? For what? Getting wet at a wedding? No court would ever award that kind of money for this. You're being completely unreasonable. I can't believe I married someone who would do this!
And don't forget, Kevin, you have the venue's claim on top of that. I think they're asking for about $10,000, so actually, it's more like $60,000 total. And yes, courts regularly award damages for assault and property destruction. The lawyer says we have an extremely strong case with all the evidence. All the witness statements, photos, and security footage make it pretty clear-cut.
This is absurd! It was just a pool toss! How can I possibly be expected to come up with $40,000? This is completely insane. Just for a pool toss, no one was hurt! You're destroying our lives over this! This isn't who you are! This isn't the woman I married!
I see you still don't get it. Kevin, you haven't learned anything from this, have you? It wasn't just a pool toss, it was assault and property damage. Someone could have been seriously hurt. My grandmother could have had a heart attack. The photographer's equipment was damaged, and this is exactly who I am. Someone who doesn't let people walk all over her.
I'll learn now, okay? It was all my fault. I sincerely apologize. Please, drop the charges and forget about the settlement. I promise I'll reflect on what I did. I'll do anything. Just please don't ruin my life over this. We can start over. Go to counseling, whatever you want.
That's not how apologies work, you idiot. I am absolutely not dropping the charges. Remember, you're not my husband, fiancé, or even ex-boyfriend anymore. You're just someone who assaulted me. A real apology would have come immediately after the incident, not after you're facing consequences. You're only sorry you have to pay. That's not remorse, that's self-preservation.
Please, Emily, I'm begging you. I made a terrible mistake. I see that now. This will destroy my credit, my savings, everything. What about our future together? Our plans? Don't throw it all away over one stupid mistake. People make mistakes. That's part of marriage. Forgiveness.
Our future together? There is no future together. That ended the moment you chose your sister's prank over my dignity. And this wasn't a mistake. A mistake is forgetting an anniversary. This was a deliberate choice to humiliate me on what should have been the happiest day of my life. Pay the settlement and move on with your life. I'm moving on with mine. Talk to your lawyer if you have more questions. We're done here. You can't seriously be charging me too. I'm still in college. I'm not even working yet. There's no way I can pay $20,000. Do you know what this will do to my future? I'll be in debt for years, all over a stupid prank. How can you be this vindictive? You're in college, but you're still an adult. That means you're responsible for your actions. Take responsibility for what you did. You should have thought about your future before organizing an assault. And this isn't vindictive. It's justice for what you did to me and the venue. But I'm telling you, it's impossible. There's no way I have $20,000 just sitting around. I'm living on student loans and my parents' support. You're going to ruin my education over this. Can't we work something out? A payment plan or something? Then ask your parents for help. They raised you. Maybe they can help you understand the consequences too. And yes, we can discuss payment plans through our lawyers. But the full amount will need to be paid one way or another. Actions have consequences, Allie. It's an important life lesson. I'm not going to beg my parents. That's ridiculous. There's no way they would give me that kind of money in this situation. I'm already asking them for $30,000 for another issue. This is impossible. My parents are already furious with me about something else. Adding this will make them disown me. $30,000 for another issue? What are you talking about? What did you do that requires that kind of money? Are you in some kind of trouble in Europe too? It seems like causing expensive problems is becoming a pattern for you. Maybe your parents should know about both issues. You know I'm studying in France, right? Well, I'm having some serious problems over there. I need about $30,000 right now. It's complicated and not really your business. But let's just say I made a mistake at a party there too. This is going to completely destroy my life if I have to pay both. Problems during your study abroad? Huh? During such a difficult time? What on earth did you do? It seems like you have a habit of creating expensive problems for yourself. Maybe it's time to learn some accountability. I didn't do anything wrong. I just went with the flow and jumped in the pool with everyone else. At my friend's sister's wedding in France, we all celebrated by throwing the couple in the pool. I was just following along, but I accidentally used the wrong towel afterward. It was a rare towel, a signed towel from my friend's sister's favorite musician. I was drunk and I don't remember much. I just borrowed a towel I found in the house, but it turned out to be her super important towel. Apparently, it's worth like $30,000 at auction. I damaged it, so now they're demanding compensation. It was an honest mistake. I didn't know the towel was valuable. Wow, that actually happened? Allie, so you ruined a $30,000 memorabilia item in France and then came here and ruined my wedding? And in both cases, you refused to take responsibility? This isn't bad luck. This is a pattern of reckless behavior. Have you considered that maybe you're the problem? So I used my brother's wedding as an excuse to come back to America and secretly borrow money from my parents. But now with this additional $20,000 demand? It's impossible! My parents are already talking about canceling my study abroad program. They said if I can't handle myself responsibly, I don't deserve to be overseas. And now this will confirm everything they feared. My entire future is going to be ruined because of this. Well, that makes sense. What parent wouldn't cancel a study abroad program after their daughter causes $30,000 worth of trouble overseas? Any normal parent would bring you home immediately. And yes, this will confirm their fears because their fears are justified. You've demonstrated a complete lack of judgment and responsibility. Perhaps you should be focusing on growing up before continuing your education. I was just following the crowd. I just jumped in the pool like everyone else. How was I supposed to know things would turn out like this? You're being so cold and heartless about this. I thought we were going to be sisters. Family is supposed to help each other. Can't you show a little compassion? You caused trouble overseas with the same behavior, but you didn't learn your lesson? I really don't understand how your mind works, Allie. And we're not family. Not anymore. You forfeited any claim to my compassion when you ruined my wedding day. I'm not responsible for fixing the problems you create for yourself. Maybe if you'd shown genuine remorse, things would be different. Shut up! Just drop the charges and forget about the settlement money. I'll apologize sincerely. I'll give you a proper apology, so please, forgive me. I was wrong. I see that now. I never should have pushed you in the pool. Please, my entire future is at stake here. Absolutely not. You and your brother need to learn a serious lesson from this. That's why I will never drop the charges, and I will not reduce the settlement amount. Your apology comes too late, and only after facing serious consequences. That's not sincere remorse. That's just trying to escape punishment. But what am I supposed to do now? I can't afford this. I'll have to drop out of school. Is that what you want? To ruin my education? How can you be this cruel? I said I was sorry. When you're ready to make the payment, please contact my lawyer. Goodbye. And Allie, maybe take this time to reflect on how your actions affect others. That's a lesson worth more than any college degree. Later, I received a call from my lawyer saying that everyone was ready to pay the settlement. Kevin's friends seemed genuinely remorseful and offered sincere apologies along with their payments, but Kevin and Allie were still defiant. They practically threw the money down, saying, "Here, take it," which infuriated Kevin's friends. They all exploded at the siblings, saying they couldn't be friends with people who couldn't even show proper remorse, and formally ended their friendships right there. Afterward, I heard that their parents also kicked them out, saying, "We heard about your terrible attitude, paying money without even apologizing. We can't deal with you anymore." Allie had to pay her overseas compensation entirely through loans, ended her study abroad program, and dropped out of college. Kevin's savings hit zero after paying the venue damages. I hear the siblings are now sharing a cheap apartment and living very modestly.